Yes, sir. The day after he moved into Mrs. Hardwicke's house, Mr. Gridley, at my request and with the kind cooperation of Mr. Franklin Ambruster of the American Embassy, started acting as undercover agent for Scotland Yard.
Might I say something, please?
Madam, we are trying to conduct a proper inquest.
I have something to tell the court.
Oh, well, ask her to step this way.
Do you solemnly swear that the evidence you give before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Will you state your name and residence, please?
Mrs. Agatha Brown, the Marston Hotel. At the time of the alleged unfortunate incident, I resided at 35 Grey Square.
You have information pertinent to this inquiry?
I saw that it was an accident, if that is pertinent, sir.
You say you saw the incident?
The window at number 35 looks directly into Mrs. Hardwicke's bedroom. It was what I heard first that made me look. They were arguing, and knowing that Mr. Hardwicke was missing and the other gentleman was living with her, naturally I was interested.
Naturally.
Well, I saw Mrs. Hardwicke backing toward the window, and there was Mr. Hardwicke coming after her with a gun in his hand. He grabbed her and twisted her wrist. They struggled. She tried to stop him. The gun went off, and Mr. Hardwicke just stood there for a moment with a surprised look on his face, and then he fell. And then the other gentleman came in.
Mrs. Brown, why did you withhold this information until now?
I was afraid. I didn't want to get mixed up in anything. It wasn't until I saw how badly things were going for poor Mrs. Hardwicke that I knew I had to speak. The poor dear was only trying to protect herself. There was no murder. It was nothing more than a terrible accident.
Order! 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 Order!
Mrs. Hardwicke, would you tell our television?
Nothing to say.
Millions of viewers.
Nothing to say. Why don't you just switch to another channel?
Please, sir.
Mr. Gridley, you have exactly half hour to get out of my house. Out of your house?
Gridley.
You don't get rid of them.
Gridley, speaking not as a man, but as a member of the United States government, you have exactly 1 hour to get your things out of that house.
That's wrong, sir. I have a half an hour. She just threw me out.
Come in, my dear. I believe we have a matter of importance to discuss. 33 Grey Square. A marvelous thing, gratitude. And yet how little one sees of it these days. It was kind and grateful of you to give me this, my dear. But then I'm terribly grateful to you for leaving that one little detail out of your story. Amazing, isn't it, how it's assured me a life of comfort and security. Why don't you nap till I come back, dear? This has been a trying day for you, I'm sure. When I come back, I'll fix you a nice hot tub, and then we'll have dinner. I think I'll have the ground floor done over for myself. I don't much care for stairs at my age. Yes, we must do that. It will be much better, my living with you, rather than that dreadful husband or Mr. Gridley. At least, my dear, I am a friend who won't betray you.
Carly! Carly! Now, what was that all about? What was she doing here?
You Still working for Scotland Yard, or are you doing your snooping on your own now?
Look, I never worked against you. You must believe that.
I only believe that I can't believe in anyone ever again.
Did my testimony sound like I was trying to prove you guilty? Carly? Carly, you've got to tell me what's going on. Look, Carly, what's all this about Mrs. Brown moving in here? Where are you? Look, Carl, dear, believe me, I wouldn't do anything to hurt you or us, but I cannot help you unless you'll tell me everything. Carly? Answer me? Are you all right? Carly, open the door. Darling, please. What are you doing?
I'm taking a bath.